that aside though, that aside. But thank you, I love you. But yeah, I feel like these songs I wrote during that era where I was still trying to fight for my voice and fight to like share who I really am with you guys. And I don't have to fight anymore. And I'm independent now, and I get to actually release the shit that I make. And whether it hits or not, I am so beyond grateful that it's hit every one of you, and that you guys can resonate with my lyrics. That's really all I've ever asked God for, was to allow my lyrics to go wherever they can and help people feel more seen. And so many of you today in the meet and greet told me verbatim that these songs see you and that you see yourself in these songs and that you feel me on a deeper level than just like superficial, and that means the world to me in this world. So I got none of y'all left, I got Daniel. That's my favorite one. I love when you guys buy shit. I love it. Nah, it's independent life. But on a serious note, for real, thank you guys for supporting that vision, for showing up for this version of me. That's the real me. It means more than you know. Alright, I got one more for y'all. It's called The One. And I kind of already did this yesterday on live, but I'm gonna do it again for you. I don't really wanna cry no more, so you better be sure when you try to step out that door right now. What the fuck am I crying for? Been here a few times, don't know what I'm fighting for anymore. When you put your hands on me, I don't wanna fight it. You get me excited. I wanna be your frequency, so let me inside it. You don't have to hide it from me. Don't need your money, nah, nah. That ain't the way I keep it, my love. You want me to be the one, yeah. You better pay attention, no more. You can keep your money, yeah. I'm doing this on my own. Yeah. Why you gotta be insecure? You know better than me, you're the only one I adore. Slow it down. Yeah, I can't really do this no more. If every time that I speak you take it, I'm starting war. I can't do this right now. If you put your trust in me, you won't have to fight it. Or just let yourself write it. My love, if you surrender to me, I promise you'll like it. But until you try it, baby, you say that I'm the one, yeah. So show me that you love me, yeah. Don't need your money, nah, nah. That ain't the way you keep me, my love. You want me to be the one, yeah, yeah. You better pay attention, come on. You can keep your money, yeah, yeah. I'm doing this on my own. You guys wanna do this part with me? I'm the one, yeah. Come on, show me that you love me, yeah. I'ma need a little more than that. Just a bit of your soul if you love me, yeah. You say that I'm the one, yeah. Come on, show me that you love me, yeah. I'ma need a little more than that. Just a bit of your soul if you love me, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, no. My love, better pay attention no more. You can keep your money, yeah. Do it just on my own. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Alex. Alex is as nervous as I am, so. Tiny audience energy. But thank you very much for, and I did not read that. Sing nada. No. I got nothing else prepared for you, so you got what you got, and I love you. All right, Q&A? Let's get into it. Thank you for listening. I'm okay with it. Thank you.
I took alcohol over myself.
Oh no. All right, how are we going to this? Because everybody's drunk, so I don't know about y'all questions. I don't know about the questions. All right, I'm just kidding. Okay, Chantal's gonna pick you and pass you a mic. Doing great. No, not yet. Guys, you cannot be asking questions out of turn. Please. Specifically, y'all should right here.
Now, what kind do you want? What drink do you want?
What drink?
Yeah.
The berry one. Berry. I love berry. Berry flavored shit is my favorite. Okay. Hi, Steven. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, like everyone else, I hope that the United States will have a first female president finally. And how can we encourage and have more women to be more confident in running for the upcoming future election?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not 100% an expert on this stuff, to be fair. But I don't know. I feel like women need to get over their imposter syndrome because, no offense to y'all men, but you don't have literally nothing going for you but the confidence of a fucking, I don't know what has a lot of confidence, but that. I feel like if women believed more in themselves, and this goes for non-binary femmes as well, like or whoever, if you trust that your intuition is actually bomb as hell, and that your vision for life, and for people to go beyond the world that we're in right now, you know, which is very like individualist and very exploitative and very siloed, and violent even, you know? And if we I feel like if women stepped up collectively, more so than like, I don't believe a president of the United States is a solution to anything that's going on right now, to be honest. That's how I feel, because it's all a system and it's all rigged as hell. But beyond that, I believe that there are women in politics who could make a difference. And I believe that even though it feels like a Band-Aid, it's a Band-Aid that we need to be participating with, because the right now, maybe the future that we see, the future that I see is way more abolitionist and way more collective healing and uplifting. But, you know, in the meantime, we live in the world that we do, and we live in the country that we do, and we live in the systems that we do. So it's important to participate in those systems and not just give up on them. And I mean, granted, they're not great. I'm gonna give that to you, but there's something that we have to participate in. And if we are as collectively involved about our voices and what we believe in as these conservatives are, because they're loud as fuck, okay? So if they're gonna be loud as hell, we need to be loud back, you know? And we need to be as convicted in the love that we want to see in the world as they are about the hate that they want to see in the world, you know? The more of us get convicted about that, the less we're gonna see. Because if it takes collective power. It takes us being like, if you see somebody being degraded for some reason, you know, it takes you stepping in and being like, nah, fuck you, you know, like, maybe I don't say that, but you know, like, it takes standing up for what is right in order for what is right to actually move forward, you know? If we all are like, oh, well, it doesn't make sense for me anyways, they're all fucked up, it's two lesser evils, you know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna stay evil. It's just gonna stay being cycled between evil people. We don't need that anymore. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. I'm tired. Thank you, Steven. Oh, thanks.
I freaking love you so much, and I hope you love the letter too.
I do. It's so beautiful.
Thank
His
you.
handwriting is literally beautiful. A letter? I'm like, I didn't make it. Hold on, I got a lot going. Okay. Hi.
I'm just wondering. Oh my gosh, this is
Tiffany, right?
Tiffany.
Am I right?
Yes. Oh my god,
I'm not going to do that for everybody. But I'm trying.
that's so sweet. I'm just wondering, do you prefer to write while you're in your feelings, or do you like to move through your feelings and then reflect back and write on them afterwards?
That's a good question. It actually really depends on the situation. Like all of my feelings, I wrote while I was in my feelings. I was very much in my feelings that day, and that's why I wrote it. Because I was working on other shit, and then I was like an engineer. It was just me and the engineer. And Jay Pounds, who's a producer, had sent me like a pack of songs, of like beats, and I was like, you know, drinking my mezcal, like pissed as fuck with this guy, and he texted me back, and I was like, and I'm like slowly but surely getting more and more drunk, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Pull up the song. And then he did, and I wrote that shit in like 30 minutes because I was so mad. So it depends. It depends on the day. Sometimes I have other songs that like are poems first and then become the song. Or like just depends on how I feel with the sounds that I'm being played or giving me.
The guy.
I'm not telling you that. He doesn't deserve to be mentioned. He really don't. It's okay. We all entertain fuckboys at one point or another. It's unfortunate, but the discernment is not as strong when the sexual attraction is there. What's up, baby? Hola. Hola.
Corazón de melón. I have a question. So, what's two of them? But
Okay.
if I'll do two in. What is the status on the prelude vinyl? That's
Chantel, you were answer them.
I was gonna ask her first. But,
You should ask Chantel. Chantel, feel free.
and are we gonna get in between on vinyl too?
Perfect answers. Answerer.
Hi, everyone. If you're wondering, customer service here. If you're wondering about your prelude vinyl, it is coming. We just had to reprint, obviously, the
Prelude.
package. Prelude.
Right. It was not prelude.
It's not
It is prelude.
prelude.
You would think that if they were going to fuck up something, they would have fucked up my last name instead of like a 600 word.
Yeah, so they got her last name right, which is always the harder part, but not the title of the EP. But they're reprinting it, and we can't ever tell when manufacturing companies are going to get their shit together. Guys, please don't upload this part.
Oh, baby. Good luck.
Or not. Please send it
It's
to
going to
the
be
account.
everywhere. These bitches live on their phones.
But we'll send an update. We have all of your emails. Thank you.
Period. You will receive an email, and I will be signing it.
And if and when you guys send out Prelude, you guys will get an in-between vinyl. Until then, can't really do an in-between vinyl. That's my update. Don't go stream and buy and download. There's plenty of stuff here. Yeah.
Stream!
I myself have like 4 prelude vinyls.
I feel like all of y'all did that. I'm not, I feel like this isn't the crowd to yell at. But you're so good. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I signed one today, so I know it's true. Next question. Period. I love you. Hey.
Hey, I'm in shock. Like, what?
Come on now.
My question is, how was
That's the inside joke.
Hey. Okay, so how was it working with Raúl Alejandro? And I want you to see the snippet of Lento.
Okay. It's the facials for me, though. It's the facials for me. Well, Raul's super amazing, super sweet kid, like super kind, and yeah, we got to do that live together. He's super cool people. Yeah, we're not like besties or nothing. I can't really say much more about him, but him and Rosa are like friends and they're really sweet people. So I love them together. They make me so happy. We love healthy love, and especially in the Latino community, coño. But anyway, what else was the second half? Oh, lento.
Get a little
It's like
something.
what?
A little something. Get a little something.
The hook is so tight.
Something about
Dale lento, tócamela más lento, que el ritmo me está encendiendo, sí, siento que está quemando. Dale lento, tócamela más lento, que el ritmo la tengo dentro, y siento que está vibrando.
Ay, your daughter.
Eso! We got Alex on the mic. Next question. You sing it? Hi. Hey, baby.
I wanted to know if you would ever make a gay anthem with Fletcher.
I would love to make a gay anthem with
Did you
Fletcher.
see some of the videos last night?
I did. They were out here and queer. I loved it.
Are you going tonight?
I'm not. I know. Guys, I feel like I would be mobbed if I could talk about it. Like, I can't, when I'm performing, I'll be there.
I'll be there when you're performing.
Period. You heard that, Pride? Yeah.
Hey, Lauren.
Hi, baby.
Okay, so mentally, what's it been like the
Oh,
process?
mentally.
Yeah,
Sorry.
being an indie artist. Thank you for all the work. We do appreciate all the art, the honesty, and like the true lyricist that you are.
Thank you.
And yeah, just wanted to know what's been like the difference now that we feel that you're free creating.
Yeah,
Please don't stop. And what's it been like for you?
I gotcha.
I love
I
you.
will be creating as long as I'm alive. I'm grateful that was the gift I was given. Mentally, I mean, I'm free. So I live in freedom. Like, I genuinely I make my own decisions. I work with people that I admire and that make me feel loved and that I love as well in return. I get to live my life off of making music, and there's no greater blessing to me than being able to do what I love and what I was gifted with, and for people like you guys to show up and support it. Like, I'm in a very deep. I have a lot of gratitude. It also sparks some imposter syndrome too, because there's a huge shift when you go from like major label energy to like independent energy. There's definitely a shift in how things move and how big they feel, but I'm a firm believer in like slow and steady and being the tortoise in this all, and being able to understand that my process is living. It's life. Like, art is so much more than just what I can get out of me to sell to you. It's really about like experiencing and being able to process and put it out when it resonates. So the fact that I can do that now, and I don't have nobody being like, well, that's not a hit, so I'm not gonna put money behind that. Like, bitch, fuck you. If it's a hit, it'll be a hit. If it's not, it won't. Like, but I make music because I make music, and you need to listen to each one of my songs to get my story, you know? So.
I'm back here.
Yes.
Hi, in the back.
Hey, there you are, MJ.
Hey. So working with the Rascals and Chris
Yeah.
for like a number of years now, like what kind of keeps you coming back? How does that relationship
Inspired.
like,
The Rascals are incredible musicians.
if you want to like answer a second part, like what Like, what do you learn with like continuing to work with the same?
For sure. Well, I work with people who I consider like family or like friends, like people that I connect with on a real level, and like I can have conversations with them. And Chris and I actually from the Rascals connected during a songwriting camp that I did in Bali in 2019. And him and I became really good friends because he just was giving me advice, because I was still at the time where I was trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do. I was still with Columbia, I was still with old management, like all that kind of stuff. And I was so scared. I was terrified about what life was supposed to look like and what I was supposed to do. And him and Oak both were really, because Oak is also a producer of a few of the things that I work on. I love him. They both just gave me such brotherly advice and energy and helped me make sense of the next moves that I had to make in order for myself, you know? And so I connect with Chris like that as a human, as a friend, as a brother. And so creating with him is effortless. Like we wrote Emotions in Bali, and then way before that, we did Wolves with Leon. It was Leon and Chris and I all in the same room. And Leon is so talented. It's ridiculous. When he puts his stank on shit, it just sounds incredible. Just melodic genius, you know? So I love working with people who are good at what they do and good people, you know, like solid humans. Because I don't give a fuck what hits you got. If you're an asshole, bye. Sorry, I don't care. Hi. Is it Carol?
Yes, Carol.
Okay.
So if both like the one and if obviously more than bad, you talk about like wanting more than that, like wanting more, like that some things aren't enough. And I was wondering if you consider yourself a person that has like high standards for your lovers.
Yes. No, you know what? If I'm gonna be real, no. I originally did not have high standards for my lovers. I've been with a few people I definitely shouldn't have been. And I've also been with people who like I just stayed a lot longer than I should have, because I've been told by a psychic that I'm a kingmaker. So I like to take people and their nice potential and love the fuck out of it. I love your potential. Who the fuck are you, though? I don't know. But your potential is great. I love it so much. Yeah. No, but no, I've been with incredible people too, don't get me wrong. I've grown from each relationship that I've been with. My standards, however, have definitely raised themselves. As I've fallen in love with myself more, I just tolerate way less than I used to. I used to think love meant like I need to fix you. You know, like I am the perfect candidate to compliment you and what you need to grow, you know? And then I'm out of that shit. I'm done with that, baby. You either come and you know yourself, or you need to, we're not going to be romantically involved. We could be friends. I could be a great friend to you and help you grow that way. Yeah.
I just wanted to know how it felt when you worked with Russ on Wolves and Idolatry.
Yes. Okay, well, that one I wrote back in 2019. So, Russ has been a friend of mine for years. I really just resonate with his message really deeply and learned so much from him about independence and making money off your own intellectual property and being able to like kind of run shit on a business level, like all that kind of stuff. He was just he's so knowledgeable and open to sharing his knowledge, which I think is really beautiful, because some people close off like that. You know, when you have that kind of energy, sometimes people are closed off. But he wasn't. He's so sweet and such a good friend. And then I was with Ty at the time in 2019, so he heard the song, or that was 2018, sorry, when we wrote it. So I was with him at the time, and I played it for him, and he was like, I'm getting on this. I was like, okay, like sure. And then his verse, like I loved how much he tapped in when he was writing that verse, because I really feel like he was saying something from his spirit. Yeah. And I love when he does that, because he's an amazing spirit.
So
Gracias.
Brasileira, yes. So I know you work on your spirituality and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you get there? Because I know it's a very hard.
Rock bottom, baby.
And
That's how I got there.
so what helped you? What did you read? And do you have any advice? Because I know it's
Wow. Yeah.
it's hard.
It's quite the journey, that's for sure. Well, I mean, like I grew up surrounded by a lot of spiritualism. Like my mom, I grew up Catholic, but I'm not Catholic. And no offense to anybody who chooses to be, that's your prerogative. But I personally didn't resonate with the teachings or the hypocrisy. So I left that. But energetically, I always believed in God. And my mom is a very spiritual person. And my grandmother was a very spiritual person. And so spirit has always been a part of my life, and angels and ancestors and guides. So yeah, it was kind of a roller coaster of trying to figure out like where I belong in the scheme of everything. But I really feel like the universe is, it's like an agnostic thing, I guess, where I truly believe that the tree's moving while I talk about it. But I believe in spirit deeply. I believe that spirit has a hand in all of our lives. I believe we are of it, and we're all a reflection, a little piece of it expressing itself. So yeah, I just kind of connect with that. And I've read all kinds of stuff. Eckhart Tolle is really good. The Power of Now. I have a tattoo down my spine. It says, I am that I am.
Yeah.
Do you see the dress I'm in? You think I can show my back? No, but but yeah, I feel like just going through like if for me, being faithless in this world is a death sentence, because when you lose hope and you lose the spark of life that is in all of us, you just lose yourself. You spiral. You do things you don't even want to do. You become someone you aren't. And that's where I kind of found myself when I wasn't really faithful, was that I was spiraling all the time and always just in this constant place of depression and like just feeling empty and worthless, And that's not to say that God is the only reason, but God is a huge reason as to why I'm able to feel a deep sense of purpose, because I know that I was born for a reason. I know that I'm here for a reason, and I know that I'm doing what I'm meant to do to honor spirit, And that's all we can do in this lifetime, you know what I mean? It's just be the best version of ourselves possible. And when you ask for help, God really comes through. And I know God is kind of scary for the queer community because religion has done a fucking number on us. And I respect anybody who feels very distant from religion because of that. But God is real and spirit is real. And spirit made you the way that you are for a reason. No matter who you are, how you express yourself, what it is, what your story is, God is with you always and there for you if you need them. Like, just ask for help, give it up, like let it go. And it's harder, it's so much harder said than done, because I spent mad years being like, God, I'm trying to give this to you, but I don't feel like you're getting it. Like, I feel like it's still very much in my hands. And it just got to a point of surrender. I got to a point of surrender. I would say like a couple years ago, I really got to, really 2020.
Yeah.
I had to surrender because I didn't know what life was going to look like. Everything that I had lined up for my life got stripped away. And so I had to lean on faith, because I was like, God, I don't know what the is going on, but take care of me, please, because it's getting serious out here in this world we're living in. So yeah, I hope that made sense.
Amen.
Yeah.
Back here.
Back.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, what or who inspires your music, like for you to write music?
I would say life, like just experiencing shit and being alive is such a natural inspiration. There's so much beauty and pain in this world, and the in between. It's what I live in, and that's where the art comes from. Is the in between? Is figuring out. It's like the expression and getting the shit out of you, So yeah, I would say just life, love inspires me a lot. The lack of it, I write a lot about like my introspective thoughts about that. So it's funny that.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, fellow fan.
I love that.
I've noticed that for this last EP and for the latest one too, you've taken more of an intimate approach when it comes to production and more of like a minimalistic approach too, where like your vocals and the lyrics shine and it's more stripped down. Whereas like your previous songs, like More Than That and previous songs, you were like more of like a pop production, like a pop song structure, like more instruments as opposed to like more intricate arrangements and stuff. And I was wondering if for the next album, what is it gonna sound like? What's your approach?
Well, I haven't written it yet, so
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. But I think that I kind of, because I produce too, like throughout, like I'm the executive producer of both projects. So like I am very much, I love melancholic chords. I love drums. I love a guitar, obviously. I love trumpet. Yeah, I love trumpet. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna incorporate a lot more live instruments, like as a bass line, because I had a session a couple years ago with Omar Keith, and he brought a whole bunch of musicians, and we did like a live session. I've never done that before, like, which is crazy to think about, right? But like, I had never been in a session where the actual musicians were there, and we were all just jamming and making something. And I cried that day because I felt it was like a spiritual experience for me. I was like, oh my freaking gosh, like I can be in here with like the piano right there, the bass right there, the drums in the room with me and feel them. We can all just like jam and then make music like that. My mind was blown, which is stupid, but whatever. And so I think I'm going to incorporate that a lot more in this process. I have so much shit to make, guys. Like I don't really know I don't know how it's going to come out or like in what kind of ways it'll come out, but like I didn't expect these songs to be in the 2 different EPs that they are. So like I'm not limiting myself to what things can look like, but there's definitely always going to be like R&B, pop, alternatives, elements, in it all.
Guys,
It's like all of it.
this is gonna be our last question. Afternoon.
Sorry, guys. I love you.
Hi, how are you? Okay, so I was just wondering, obviously you stated that you sat on some of these songs since 2019 and you wrote them, like Wolves, and I was just wondering what made this time in your life the perfect time to revisit that and release it into the world rather than like putting it on Prelude or by themselves?
Yeah, well, all of the songs are Wolves specifically.
Well, just like any songs that you've been sitting on since like.
Yeah, well, the songs for Prelude, I chose very intentionally just because I knew I wanted to put something out. I wanted to give you guys something. You have been waiting for so long. And I also was sitting on so much stuff. I was like, I need to put something out. So honestly, I don't really know what my process is, if I'm being honest. Like, I literally I sit with all the songs, I play them over and over again, and then I'm like, this one kind of sounds like it could go with this one, but maybe not, but maybe this one. What if I put this one next? And then I just, like, neurotically do that, like, months at a time. And then, like, play with it and figure it out until I have them, and I'm like, no, these are it. Also, Chantel and I definitely went back and forth to pick the songs for in between. Chantel's a great creative back and forther. I don't know that. What the fuck? What's the word for that? Creative discusser? I don't know. But you know what I mean. I feel amazing. I feel so blessed. I feel grateful. That is true. Pride, my birthday, all of the things. Yes. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to be 27. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It's my golden one. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, baby. I love you.
I'm a 96 baby too.
Yes. How many 96 babies are you? Okay. Bye, people. All right, my love. So thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Happy Pride. Go be your gay self. I know most of you are definitely gay. And Hard House has free food for you, so make sure you go ahead and go use that and go eat that because it's delicious vegan stuff. Thank you, Hard House. And thank you to Lola. We appreciate all of the drink you got these babies lit. Everyone is feeling good, feeling wavy. A little Daniel, the whole time Daniel is out here like, too much. No, you're so cute. I love you. All right, my babies. Is that it? We good? Okay, cool. I love you.
Everyone get home safely, please.
Yes.
So we're gonna.
If you drove, you are leaving your keys right here with me.
For those of you going to Pride, have fun. But we're
Fun! Say hi to Mariah for me.
kindly. Oh, yeah.
2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lauren. Happy birthday to you. June 27th, 1996. And August 28th, 1996.
Period. A Leo. Is it a Leo?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo, my bad. My bad. That's me. Right. All right, I love you guys.
All right, guys. So please make your way out of the courtyard and get home safely. Enjoy Pride weekend. We appreciate you guys very much.